What's up?
What's up with you?
What's up with y'all?
What's up with
Yeah,
y'all?
we back.
Yes, we are. We are back. It's been a minute. We took a little, a little break to kind of regroup and get
Yeah.
ourselves together. But y'all had to know we was coming back.
Right. Every once in a while, you just kind of need that break to kind of reboot and get back on the horse. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
We give you want to give people like a couple minutes to kind of get in.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's
All right.
hmm.
That's your couple
That
minutes.
is your couple of minutes. Listen, so all right, it's been a few weeks since we've been on. So tell me like what you been up to?
Oh, a lot of projects around the house. A
Yes.
lot of projects in life. Things have changed. Blessings have come,
Yes.
and we both have accepted blessings,
Woohoo!
and it is a wonderful thing.
Listen, I totally agree with you. A lot of good stuff going on. A lot of things are changing. A lot of things happening. God has been awesome. Has been blessing us. We both have shifted in our
Hmm.
careers, and now we're working remotely. So that is like
Yeah, shift it in an elevated way. Shift it up.
shifted up. Yes, both of us. Not
I
just
know.
the remote part, just overall. It's just a better deal.
Hmm.
I'm loving it. I'm thankful for just like how God has just been blessing us and how we've been elevating to higher heights. And as far as like even our personal business, like
Hmm.
things have been crazy. Like, okay, a year ago, you could not have told me that I would be, planning weddings and coordinating weddings
I
and
could have told you,
you could have told me that. I did not see it
but
coming.
we've been planning that kind of thing for you for at least 5 years.
I know, but it's
But
like how
but
you talk about
the
it, but
person to push you, I just kept pushing until it just locked
you
in.
did. I just, you know what? It's like you know how you're capable of doing something, but you don't really see yourself doing it. It's like, oh, well, I could do that. I mean, hey, if you ask me to, if you need me to, if you want me to, if it's a thing, if it's, it has to happen, I can make it happen. But it's just like, you don't really see yourself doing it.
Well, it makes a difference when you are partnered with someone that sees you doing it as well.
Mm,
So they're living your dream with you, which
okay.
helps you elevate and drive and keep going.
I like that. And you know what? Even like with doing the podcast, like I know I've always wanted to do a podcast, but I know it was a conversation that you and I have been having for quite some time. And then all of a sudden you just was like, all right, my baby want to do a podcast. All right, let me order the table. Let me order the computer. Let me order the this. Let me order the that. Let me order the that. And the next thing I know, it was like, welcome to Beyond the Chat.
And here we are.
And here we are. So I love that. I love that when even though sometimes you know that you're capable of doing something, I love when other people see something in you and they push you. Like you said, you need somebody to push you to that next level. Because if you don't either push yourself or challenge yourself or have somebody else to push you to the next level, then you will continue to do the same things over and over again. And you'll continue talking about it instead of doing it.
Yeah, and it's not a thing of not being motivated or not being, I guess, aggressive about it. It's
Yeah.
it's just more so, some people have an issue or a struggle with feeling like when they set out and they dream about certain things, they feel
Hmm.
like, well, I'm gonna be doing it by myself,
Yep.
and that's what kind of stops people, slow them down, or hinders the time it takes to actually finally do it.
That is so true. I agree. Like I know I know that I can do, the
Yeah.
podcast and I can do the decor and I can do a bunch of stuff. But like you said, it's like, do I really want to do this by myself or ask somebody else to do it with me? And you know what I love about our marriage, our relationship is that no matter what you do, I'm all in. No matter what I do, you're all in. And it's like, I love that, because even when it's stuff that's like, man, I don't know how to do that. I love that you take your time with me and you know that I'm not, that fancy with certain stuff, especially like building stuff and cooking and all that stuff. But you take your time with me and you teach me, how to do things. Like today, I made some cookies.
Some good cookies, not just regular cookies.
Yes, I made some what were
Some
they?
brownie cookies
Brownie cookies. I made some brownie cookies today. I am so proud of myself. Let me just let you know,
came out really good.
because
Mom, if you're listening, Okay.
Oh Lord.
Okay.
So I get intimidated by you because let me tell you something. You know how you have those grandmas that can go in the kitchen and or those parents or whatever, and you're like, there's nothing in there to eat. We don't have anything. I looked, I'm hungry. And then they come out, they go in the kitchen, they come out with like a Thanksgiving meal. That's this one. Like you can go in the kitchen and like make it happen. And so I think that's what intimidates me sometimes when I'm like, you're like, I like when you cook for me. I'm like, I'm making some grits, but they ain't gonna taste like your grits. I can make you some eggs, but they ain't gonna taste like your eggs. I can make you some of this, they ain't gonna taste like, and that's how I feel.
But look at it this way, or you all can look at it this way. Just imagine all the times you did your hair or your nails and it came out great.
Yeah.
But sometimes you just like to go to the salon and have it done by somebody else, a professional that does it. But that doesn't mean that when you do it, it sucks.
I like that. I like the way you put that. That's very true. Like I have been to the salon quite a few times and wasn't happy with what I paid for, and then don't get any compliments, and I pay $150-$200 for it, and then I do my own curls and my pinups and my buns or whatever I do, and people are like, oh, you have some nice hair and your hair is cute, and I'm like, girl, I did this myself. And I'm like, where was you last week when I paid $200 to get my hair done? Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I mean? So I agree with that. I think it's just a matter of getting your feet wet, and I think like most people know, everybody knows that the more you do it, the better you become at it.
Yep.
So
you learn, you tweak things, and you just keep at it.
Exactly. All right. So I want to talk about my thought of the week. And this is always one that just blesses me because it is who we are as people. And I think that it is part of the foundation of our relationship. So my thought of the week is, if you want to make yourself happy, start by making someone else smile. Aww. And I think that is a great quote. And it's, it's a quote to live by, not just for the week, but just in life in general. When you are able to give of yourself and you're able to make someone else smile, it always makes you happy.
There's a lot of truth behind that. And I've been told many times in my career of being an IT professional that, man, you're always smiling. And I always reply, well, it's contagious. You should smile too. And then next thing you know, you see everybody smiling, and it'll just be a happy place. It'll be just an easier place to work.
Yes.
When everybody's just easy going.
And it's about being intentional. I have many times, and I have it as a status on my Teams message for work in my previous job and at my current position. And it is, my status says to have a wonderful day on purpose. And a lot of people always give me compliments on that status because they think it gives you something to think about. Like, have a wonderful day on purpose. And what do you mean by that? It's like, no matter what happens today, no matter, who tries to ruffle your feathers, no matter how things go with a project, if you're stuck in traffic and it's hot outside, if, you're making a meal and you don't have something that you thought you should have had or whatever. It's like, have a wonderful day on purpose. Like, don't let anything shift your energy, shift your atmosphere. You have the power to be happy, and it's a choice. You can choose to just be happy, and nobody can change that because it's a mindset. It's the way you decide to be. If you're intentional about being happy and having a wonderful day and choosing, to be in that space mentally and emotionally, then there's nothing that anybody else can do. And like you said, it becomes contagious. Negativity and positivity cannot stay in the same space and not recognize each other. One of them has to go, right? So if you are the positive energy, don't let negativity overshadow your positivity. Be the light that somebody needs, because we talk about it all the time, how you never know what people are going through. And that one negative thing that you say or negative thing that you do may push them over the edge. You don't want to be that one.
Yeah. You just never know.
Exactly. So welcome to the Divine Hermit King. He said, he or she, I'm not sure. Excellent thought of the week. So thank you very much for acknowledging the thought of the week, because it's really important that, the world that we live in, you watch the news, it's always negativity. A lot of the news stations, a lot of them don't talk about positive things. And if they do, it's like, one small segment once a week or once a month or once a quarter. It's always about killings and kidnappings and shootings and, just negative things that are happening in the world. And I think that being in a positive space and hearing about positivity will create a positive atmosphere.
Yeah, and like you always say, it's about being intentional.
Yes.
And if you're intentional, then it is on purpose.
Absolutely. It really is on purpose. And you know what? It makes, I can't speak for anybody else. I can only speak for myself, but it really makes me feel better. Just when we are like laughing and having a good time and we're being silly, it creates so many amazing and wonderful memories of those moments.
Yeah.
That are very important and very special. Being in a space, especially where you have a partner that is intentional about having the same outlook on life and setting the same goals and reaching the same peaks in life, and also that person to go through valleys with, because obviously life is not going to be every day of roses and sprinkles every day and skittles and rainbows and all that stuff every day. Of course you're going to lose loved ones to sicknesses, illnesses, or death, or accidental death, or you're going to go through things yourself. You're going to have ups and downs, but when you have someone that you can go through it with, because they too know how to bounce back from negativity, or they too know how to help you pray through something or get through something by helping you smile, then that is fantastic.
Oh yeah, indeed. So it's always nice to have somebody in your corner on your team, and they don't necessarily have to go through what you're going through, but
Right.
just to have that support system of somebody that cares about
Yes.
you enough to feel,
Yeah.
what you're going through when you're
Absolutely.
going through stuff.
Yes. So that was awesome. So remember, thought of the week. If you want to make yourself happy, or if you want to lift yourself up, start by making someone else smile. You make me smile all the time. Matter of fact, you crack me up. Okay. Every single day, you crack me up, and I
Well,
love it.
Basically, I feel like, laughter is the antibodies to health.
Ooh, I love it. That is so true. Um, yeah, it's like you don't think, okay, when you are laughing and joking and having a good time, you don't really think about negative
The
stuff.
health benefits,
Yeah.
and it's just like, you don't think negative when you're just cracking up. You could be going through all kinds of crap, but the minute you just maybe look at a comedy show or some
Yes.
TV that's just funny, you forget about it. You just leave
You
everything
do.
behind.
You do.
You may revisit it after you finish
Right.
cracking up, but just
Right.
just that hour or two of just letting go
Yeah.
is worth it.
And you know what? When you are intentional about being happy and having a good time and laughing and all that stuff, it makes those lower moments easier to process
Yeah.
and go through, because you know that trouble doesn't last always, and what's happening bad doesn't last always, that there's going to be a light at the end of the tunnel. There's you're going to smile again, but you just have to have that mindset, right? And you have to have those type of people around you to be able to bounce back.
Yep.
So the Divine Hermit King says, I like the positive energy going on here. So thank you very much. You just made us smile. So we appreciate you participating in the conversation today. So today we are talking about the SMART model. We're talking about goals, how to set goals, how to reach your goals, how to maintain your goals and make them a lifestyle and not just something that you attain and then you fall and go backwards. So we definitely want to talk about goals, and we want to hear from you today, talking about goals that you set for yourself, maybe some things that you've accomplished and achieved that you're very proud of. We want to celebrate you for accomplishing your goals, and we're going to jump into it. So I'll let you start.
Yeah, so as some of you know, and some of you may not know, a lot of corporations, they kind of build their success on the SMART model. If you haven't heard of the SMART model, these are the things. It's specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely.
Yes.
So if you set your goals based on being specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely, without any of those dropping out of that equation, more than likely your drive to be successful will become what you wish for it to become.
Amen.
So basically, let's talk about the first one. So specific. All right. So specific is something that is well defined, clear, and ambiguous. Oh, dang it! I done messed up the word. Ambiguous.
Ambiguous?
Ambiguous. Yeah, ambiguous.
Unambiguous.
See, you done messed me up.
No, unambiguous.
Ambiguous.
Yes, unambiguous. I love it. Go, you got it.
It's like
well defined, clear, and unambiguous.
and yeah, there you go.
I love it. I'm here for you. See, I got you.
That's funny how that happens sometimes. You can say a word 1,000 times.
1,000 times.
And that happens to me when I sing sometimes. I can sing a song like 5 times, but the minute I get in front of karaoke and try to read the song and sing the song at the same time,
you mess it up.
I'll mess up some words.
Yep.
I'm like, what's the...
And you say the word almost every day, 3 times a day. But
Right.
then when you get in front of people, it just something
Right,
happens.
because you start overthinking stuff.
Yes.
Ambiguous.
Unambiguous.
And ambiguous. See, if I look at it, unambiguous.
Yes.
See?
I got you.
That's because when you speed read, you read ahead
Yep.
and you just put it in your mind and you're on to the next word.
Yeah.
Boom. But anyway, things that are well defined and clear. All right. So what can be something that's like well defined and just clear?
Oh, my
Something like a
goodness.
goal. Like I'm gonna do this, and it's no gray area around it. This is what I plan to do. It's specific.
So for me, definitely my gospel project.
Yep.
Finishing my songs, creating the project, and seeing it to the end. I know, since COVID has happened, we've kind of been slow about getting it done, but that is definitely a goal of 2023 is to put out another gospel project because we haven't put one out in about 4 years.
Yeah, because we've been working on so many things. But
We
the
have.
funny thing is, it's
Yeah.
not that we haven't been working on it.
Yeah,
It's just that we haven't released it.
we have not released
And I
it.
think part of it is, there's so many things we can blame on COVID.
Yeah.
But part of it is we were so aggressive with getting it done, and then COVID happened, and we're like, we can't release it during this time,
Right.
because we want to release it by doing concerts and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And it would have just been so many efforts that we would have just missed out on.
That's very true.
So,
I mean, that's a goal of mine because first of all, I want to sing because it is I know that me singing is going to bless somebody else, and the messages that are in our songs, the messages that we have taken our time, and not that we haven't taken our time with our previous projects, but oh my gosh, this gospel project that we have coming out this year is amazing. Just the messages in the songs, the words, the lyrics that we put together, and just the intent behind every single lyric and every single message in the title that we have come up with has just been a blessing. And I just believe that this particular project is going to reach the masses, and I believe that it's going to bless so many people just because of our intentions behind it. Not just to put out a project, say that we can sing, here's another song we thought of, we put it together. No, this one is very specific.
yep.
It's very intentional and it's very realistic for the times that we're in. And I think it's perfect for, people that just want to just love on God, hear from God, grow in their spirituality, and just be able to, and just be able to know that, first of all, they're not alone in this Christian life, this Christian walk, and that we have someone that we can depend on, and that is God and each other. Like, we're in this together. So that is my goal. It's to complete my project. What's yours?
To complete your project.
Love it.
But yeah, not only to complete your project, but one of my goals is to be successful in my new position
Yes.
where I am.
Well, congratulations.
Because there's a lot of challenges, and it's a higher level.
Yes.
And, my goal is always to be successful in everything I do.
Absolutely.
But this is something that's I've been blessed with.
Yeah.
And it's like it's up to me to be successful.
Absolutely. And you know what? What I always tell people, like, especially when we do our vocal sessions, because we're vocal teachers as well. And when we do our vocal sessions, sometimes our students get frustrated when they can't sing an entire song, or they can't, hit a specific note in the song, or they can't do it the way they want to do it. It's like, you have to remind yourself that it's okay to take baby steps. Like, even when we're talking about reaching our goals, it's okay to take baby steps, because guess what? Taking one step forward is better than taking 2 steps backward, right? And it may seem small in the beginning, but every day, if you take a baby step towards your goal, eventually that's going to become a whole foot, then 2 feet, then 3 feet, and then you're going to be halfway there, 3/4 of the way there, and then you're going to finally reach the finish line of your goal. So the purpose piece is to not ever to give up, but to be focused on even taking those baby steps that will help you get to that final goal.
Right. And the more steps you take towards your goal, the less steps you have to take towards your goal.
Absolutely. And you know what? Creating a vision board, you go to the Dollar Tree, you get you some colorful markers, and you got to make it, make it lively and interactive and something really that catches your eye every single day to make you feel like, all right, I did that. And you start just checking stuff off. I noticed that I know that I'm a visual person. And when I start checking stuff off the list, it motivates me to want to do more, to get myself more checks. It's almost like a reward. Like the check is a reward for me when I'm checking stuff off the list. I know I'm like that at work. When I see emails and follow-up logs in my task and in my list, I'm like, all right, let me check these off. And the more I check off, the more excited I get about finishing more.
Yeah.
And so that's how we have to be about our goals. It's like, we want to reach a goal, but don't set yourself up for failure.
Right. Don't set your goals so high that it's unattainable.
Exactly. So the Divine Hermit King says, I've been walking on the treadmill lately. The goal is a mile a day. That is a fantastic goal.
Which is, the next phase is it needs to be measurable.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So with, specific criteria that measures your progress toward the accomplishments of the goal.
Right.
He set a goal for a mile.
Right. Yeah.
Now it's a mile. Next month it may be a mile and a half.
Right.
But the thing is setting a goal that's specific and measurable. You have to be able to measure it.
Right.
It has to be something that says, okay, what's the goal so that I know that I've accomplished this, then I can either make that measurement larger,
right,
or back off a little bit because I don't have time to reach that measurement at that time. Don't drop it off and say I'm not going to do that, because those goals still need to be there. Those criteria need to be there. The specific, measurable, that still needs to be there. So don't just drop it off because I can't do the measurement part,
right?
But I can do the rest.
And what I love too is the Divine Hermit King also said baby steps. Amen. That's how I walk on the treadmill. Mm-hmm. And you know what? What we have to do is not be so critical of ourselves, because I love that the Divine Hermit King is saying the goal is a mile. There's some people out there that can't even do half of a mile, that can't do a quarter of a mile, that don't even turn the treadmill on, right? Yeah. So we can't try to judge ourselves according to what other people do. When we set our goals, we have to say, this is specifically for me. This is what my goal is. And it doesn't matter what other people are doing. Because hey, if I went to the gym right now, I would probably be intimidated by everybody in the gym.
Yeah, because that's what they do.
Exactly.
They're gym rats,
Exactly.
But the thing is, just because you set a goal, that doesn't mean every time you do something, you're reaching that goal. That's just something to reach for.
Right. Absolutely. Yes. There's some. And so thank you, Troy, for joining us. Troy is in the chat. Troy says, I think to reach your goals, you have to surround yourself with the right people. I have failed to reach goals by trusting the wrong people. That is so good that you said that, Troy, and thanks for sharing that. And we totally agree.
Yeah, because some people's goals or their ideals of what your goals can be are kind of out of reach for you. Just because they can do it don't mean that's just like a person that says, I want to be able to dunk a basketball in like 2 years. Well, with your body and your physique and your muscle build and your age, you may be able to do that in 2 years.
Right.
But you can't force that on somebody that doesn't have a physical ability to do that.
And like Troy said, you have to surround yourself with the right people. Because just because I look the way I look now and I say my goal is to wear a size 4, you looking at me right now, you can be like, girl, stop. Right. But like you said, if I make measurable, specific goals, okay, I'm going to eat better. I'm going to get up and walk on a treadmill. I'm going to only drink water. I'm going to, stop eating after at 7 o'clock. I'm going to, whatever those steps are to get to that point. And in 2 years, you never know. It might be before 2 years that I'm, if that's my goal. So it's a measurable goal. And again, putting yourself in a position where you have people in your corner that support what you're doing, that motivate you, that encourage you, that don't look down on you, that don't judge you or say, oh girl, you tried that before, I wouldn't try that again. You need people in your corner to support what you are doing no matter what it is. And that definitely is added fuel to help you reach your goal.
Yeah, and just because something doesn't work the first time or the second time or the third doesn't mean give up.
That's
if
right.
If it's something that you really want to do and achieve in your heart, then keep working at it
Keep
until
working
you
at it.
achieve it.
Yes.
You may fail your driver's license test. Does that mean you're gonna just stop and you're
Right.
not gonna drive for the rest of your life because you
Right.
failed it once or twice? You know, you have to stay steadfast and unmovable by all of the mess in the world that's gonna hold you back from doing what you need to do.
I can I share one more?
Mhm.
I have been an actor and a singer since I was 16 years old. I'll be 47 in 2 months. And I have been on stages across the world, overseas, with other famous people, very famous people. I have opened for very famous people. I've acted with very famous people, and I have done it, and I have loved it. Now, at 46 years old, I am taking acting classes so that I can continue to do what I love. Now, I feel like personally that I should have started it a long time ago and I would be further along. However, I made other choices in my life that I made a priority and kept me from pursuing a huge goal of becoming an actor on television and voiceovers and all that stuff. But guess what? I'm doing it now. I'm being specific about what I want. It is a measurable goal by attending school twice a week. My outlook is achievable because I already have the skills and abilities and I have the mindset. Now I'm ready. I'm ready to get it done. I'm ready to do it, and I'm not stopping. And back in the day, people would say, "Oh, you too old, and nobody's gonna want you now. You can't sing, or they want you when you're young, so they can mold you and shape you to what they want you to be. And oh, you'll never do that. You can forget it. You might as well think of something else to do." And now everybody at 40 and 50 and 60 are becoming actors and singers and performers. Look at American Idol. Look at The Voice. They don't care what your age is. They don't care what you look like. They just care that you have a passion to do what you love. And I have a passion to do what I love, and that is acting and singing, which is why I cannot wait for our gospel project to come out. And I can't wait to finish school so that y'all gonna see me on TV. Wait a minute. Get ready. Ow.
Okay. So basically, she just basically touched on the next goal,
Okay. Sorry. Which is being realistic.
achievable.
Oh, achievable. Sorry, we're at A. So having an achievable goal. Okay, talk about it.
Right. So in a nutshell,
I love it. Wait, Troy said, and the Oscar goes to. I will take the Oscar. Thank you very much. I already have my speech prepared.
so achievable in a nutshell just basically means make a goal that's achievable, something that's attainable,
Yeah.
something that it's not impossible to achieve.
Right.
Like I mentioned, being able to dunk a basketball, and you 4'1" and you don't have the muscular build or physique to be able
Or the
to
hops.
even jump that high.
Yeah, the hops,
Spud
yeah.
Webb, he
He did
did it.
He did do it.
But
But looking at his physique and his height, well, he had the physique, but looking at his height, people would be like, he
Right.
cannot dunk a basketball.
But in his mind,
yes.
he made the goal
Achievable.
to say, I'm going to achieve it,
Yes.
and I'm going to show the world that I can do it.
Absolutely.
But it has to be something that's measurable.
Right.
It has to be measurable, specific, and it has to be something that's not
Achievable.
impossible
To achieve.
And it's only impossible if it's impossible. It's not impossible if in your mind
Right.
it's impossible.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you want to, you can become an airplane a pilot.
Absolutely.
But there's certain things that you won't be able to do. I mean, you can't say, well, I'm going to grow 3 arms. Well, that's not achievable.
Yeah.
Let's name like 3 or 4 things that's not achievable.
Let's see. What is not achievable?
I'm going to change my race.
That is not achievable.
That's not
Well, I don't
achievable.
know. Michael Jackson tried to.
They tried, but
He did.
but deep down inside, if I tested your blood, it's gonna say you
It's
what?
gonna say you African American.
or at
That's
least
gonna
have
say
some
you
of that
black.
in you.
Yes, you do. Yes. So again, choosing goals that are achievable, and I think that when you are able to mentally prepare yourself for your goal, and you are mentally able to say to yourself, these are the things that I can do to attain or achieve the goal, then negativity is not even an option. I think writing it down and seeing it and saying it. When I was a little girl, my mom used to always tell my sister and I to talk about affirmations, to write down your affirmations. And every day my mom would say, I'm beautiful, I'm smart, I'm intelligent, I'm, fearfully and wonderfully made. I have a good heart. I am, whatever we want it to be. Like you're a singer, I'm a dancer, I'm a mechanic, I'm a whatever you want to be. When you start speaking that energy starts to come to you. You speak saying, I'm not gonna spend my time thinking about things that I can't do. I'm going to spend my time speaking and talking and thinking about things that I can do. And the more that you talk about the things that you can do, they become achievable goals and achievable steps for you. It becomes attainable because the more you speak it into the atmosphere, the more you start to see it, the more you start to feel it, the more you start to want it. And my grandmother, when we were little, she always taught us the Bible, and she said, you are, and people say, you are what you eat. You are what you take in. Thank you, Troy. You speak it into existence. Yeah. And when people say you are what you eat, it's not just about food.
Right.
It's about what you take in mentally, emotionally, psychologically. It's what you read. I got to the point every single day when I would go to work, the first thing I would do is when I would turn on my computer, I would go and read New York Daily News. You know what's on the New York Daily News? All the killings, all the rapings, all the kidnappings, all the shootings, all the negative stuff. And every day I was like, man, this world sucks.
Yep, and then that gets in your spirit.
It gets in your spirit, and you start to think negative about everything else. So I had to reset my mind to say, okay, you're going to fast from New York Daily News because everything that you're thinking about and everything you're talking about is negative. And so I stopped reading the Daily News and I started listening to gospel music, and I started playing I'm reading the Bible, and I started, reading things that were more positive, like life-changing things, setting goals and being realistic, and, how to build something and do-it-yourself videos. I watch a lot of DIY on YouTube now, and that's why now we're doing coordinating weddings and parties and events and stuff, because now my mindset is different, and I'm thinking and I'm speaking positive, and so many wonderful things are happening.
Yeah, and it's not that we're doing it now, it's just we're doing it on a bigger scale.
Bigger scale, yes.
Yeah, so we basically elevated and said, oh, you know what? Let's make our measurable goal a little further, because we've already reached the point to where we know we can do it.
Absolutely.
So why not say, okay, you know what? I think we're gonna, move that measurement out and say, let's do more.
Let's do
on
more
a bigger scale, and that's where we are.
And that's the same thing that the Divine Hermit King is saying. Like, the goal is a mile. So the positive energy, just saying to yourself, I can do this, I can do this. The goal is a mile a day. But I love that the goal is a mile a day, which means that you have to get on a treadmill every single day in order to try and reach, or not try, but to attain that achievable goal of getting on the treadmill and reaching that mile, that mile mark.
And it doesn't say that you're reaching it every day. It just means that the goal is that I'm going towards the goal every day. I'm going towards, and once I reach that goal, then I'm going to extend it.
But you know what? Think about this. If you get on the treadmill every day and you don't reach a mile, but you take that quarter of a mile today, that quarter of a mile tomorrow, that quarter of a mile the next day, you are building up your endurance, you're building up your stamina, and by the end of the week, you've made a mile. So the next Monday, when you just getting on the treadmill, and you may be watching a television show, you may be reading a book, or you may be doing something to take your mind off the fact that you're on the treadmill, you be done walk 2 miles and don't even know it.
Yeah, when you're not thinking about it, you're just doing it.
You're just doing it.
That's the thing. You have to make sure that when you set your goals, that you allow time to reach those goals.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So our next one is realistic. Okay, let's talk about realistic.
So for me, being realistic is knowing your abilities, right? Already knowing what you're capable of, and not setting yourself up, like I said earlier, not setting yourself up for failure. So, if I say to myself, all right, I want to jump rope for, 2 or 3 minutes a day, I can do that. That's being realistic. If I say I want to jump rope for an hour, y'all better have an EMT truck out here that's ready at the corner to come get
That's
me.
beyond measure.
Right, because I'm not there yet, right? So
Right.
for me, that's not realistic. However, for an athlete that runs all the time, or a gymnast that's flipping and doing whatever all the time, or a skater, or ice skater, or figure skater, or whatever that's doing it all the time, then yes, that an hour is nothing. But again, being realistic about your goals, meaning something that's within reach, like I can do this and I can have it done in a realistic amount of time. Something that won't take you a year to do, maybe 6 months, maybe 3 months. But when you get to that 3-month mark, you have reached that goal. Now you can extend it to 20 minutes or 50, or 30 minutes or whatever, because now you're building yourself up to do more and be better.
Right. It's like some quarterbacks, they say, you know what, I'm going to throw 100 balls a day. I'm going to throw 100 passes a day. It doesn't have to be somebody else catching them,
Right.
but I'm going to throw
Yeah.
100 times a day because, one, I'm getting paid to do this.
Yeah, right.
And it
That's my
creates
job.
it creates a muscle memory
Yeah.
when you do that, so you don't even have to think about the mechanics of throwing,
Right.
because you do it so
It becomes
much.
natural.
But if you never set those goals,
Right.
then you throwing that ball is going to be inconsistent every time. Your accuracy is not going to
Yeah.
be there. But if you set the goal to make it specific, measurable, achievable, and realistic,
Yeah.
then 9 times out of 10, you do it enough, it's going to become muscle memory, and it's going to be easy to do. You don't even have to think about it.
Absolutely. What's the quarterback? I can't, not the quarterback, the kicker, that like he did not miss. I think he missed maybe 1 field goal the entire season, maybe 2.
Yeah.
I'm like, and the one thing that he said was the reason why he's so accurate is because when everybody else is out having fun, when everybody else is out, maybe having a beer and eating chicken wings, and everybody else is watching TV, he's out on the football field practicing his job.
Yeah, his job.
And but for him, it's more about a goal for himself is to be great at what he does, and that is to kick the ball through the upright. So, and that's another thing, if we have goals and we set goals, we can't sit around saying, all right, I'll do it again on Tuesday, and it's been 3 Tuesdays already.
Right, and you push it off and push it off,
Right.
and it's still a goal, but you keep pushing it off.
Right.
So you definitely have to make sure that it's something which is the next thing, timely.
Yes. Clearly defined timeline, meaning that you're not saying I'm going to start on Monday, but my target date is 5 years from now, unless it is a big goal, which means like you're saving up money to buy a car outright cash. Right. Then that's different. Then it may take you a little while to save up $80,000 to get the car of your dreams. Then that's a different goal. But we're talking about measurable goals, achievable goals, realistic goals that are timely, that don't require you to put your whole life into it or put your whole life on hold to be able to attain it. And again, setting specific goals was the number one. Being specific about what you want requires you to set goals accordingly.
Right. And the thing about timely is if you put it on a calendar, then you have a timeline and you can actually follow it. Don't put it in your head and try to remember, this is what I'm supposed to do every day, this time, or every week, this time, or every month, this time. Put it on a calendar, something that you can look at and make sure that, there's a start date, there's a target date, and create some type of urgency there so that, by the time, you look at this, you say, oh, okay, I only have 3 months to do this.
Right.
I only have 6 months to do this.
Yeah.
It's just like a car salesman. All right, well, this deal is going to be gone, and once you walk out the door, it's going to change.
It's going to change.
You have to put some type of pressure on yourself so that it pushes you, gives you some type of urgency to accomplish that goal.
Well, how y'all know you on television, you watching television, and you see these commercials. Oh, for the next 20 minutes, we're selling these pops for about $5.99. Man, that pop $5.99 for the rest of life. But it's that like you said, that sense of urgency that gets your attention, that kind of like, if I don't do it now, it's not gonna get done.
The time is ticking down.
Exactly.
Like, oh,
And that's how we have to be about our goals. We have to create a sense of urgency. So we have to say, I want this goal and I want to achieve it within 3 months. So in 3 months, we won't have time to sit around and wait.
Right. It's just like the end of the year. You're counting down, an hour to the time is New Year's.
Right.
So you can say Happy New Year's. That's how your goal should be.
Yes.
You're counting down from 3 months or 6 months down to that one day. now to that 24 hours,
Yes.
it's like, oh shoot, this is it. If you haven't reached it by then hopefully that countdown is you being able to celebrate that you've reached your goal. Even if
Absolutely.
it's something like, I'm going to stop smoking.
Yeah.
All of those things will be specific, measurable, achievable, realistic,
And
and timely.
timely.
I'm going to stop drinking. All of those can be in
And
play.
the smart model, yes.
I'm going to get a raise or promotion. All of those can be things that you can put in place
Yeah.
so that you can be successful in reaching your goals.
Absolutely. So, again, we want to know if you are following the SMART model to achieve your goals. If you have not been following the SMART model, follow these steps at the bottom of your screen and make sure that you set yourself up to be successful and to empower yourself to reach goals that maybe you weren't prepared to reach before. But we're giving you the steps, we're giving you the tools to achieve your goals. Do something for yourself. Right? Think about yourself. A lot of times we think about everybody else and we put everybody else first. But again, like we said earlier, and I think Troy said it best, to reach your goals, you have to surround yourself with the right people. Having people in your corner that want to see you win,
Yeah.
that want to win with you, that are motivated to win with you, are the best people to have in your corner. Find yourself someone that will not let you give up, that will not let you judge or criticize yourself to the point that you quit. Quitting is not an option. We tell our students, our vocal students all the time, never, ever, ever say, I can't. Because yes, you can. I love President Obama for that saying, yes, we can. You can achieve your goals. You can set yourself up to be successful. You have the power to change your atmosphere. Surround yourself with people that are like-minded. Listen, if you're the smartest person in your group of friends, you need some new friends. If you're the only one that has it going on in your group of friends, you need some new friends. What do you have to measure yourself up against? What do you have to push you to the next level if you're the only one driving a Mercedes, or you're the only one driving a Lexus, or you're the only one living in a 3-bedroom house, or you're the only one that has a really good job? You need to surround yourself with people that have like minds, because when you surround yourself with those type of people, the energy is contagious and you begin to see yourself at the next level. Do not settle for where you are. Push yourself, motivate yourself, and come back to Beyond the Chat so we can help to motivate you some more, because we are encouraged and empowered to do our very best at everything that we do.
Right. And learn how to say it unambiguous. Okay.
Yes, learn how to say unambiguous. That is a good word to take with you. You need to learn how to say unambiguous.
Yeah, I got it now. Unambiguous. I think the thing that throws you off on that is the OUS. It's not was, it's OUS.
You
that
did
throw
it,
you
though,
off.
boo.
Unambiguous.
You
So,
did.
now it's like, it's sticking my head because,
You did it.
I made sure
I'm proud of you.
that I obtained that goal to say that by the end of this
by the end of the podcast,
I'm just gonna say,
unambiguous.
and I'm not going to mess it up ever again because, but anyway.
I love it.
yeah,
Troy
it's been
Frazier
fun.
says, stay away from toxic people.
Indeed, I agree.
Yes.
I agree. And you know who they are. You
Yes.
know who they are.
And you know what? Sometimes toxic people are people that have been in your life for a very long time. But if you want something different, you have to do something different. The saying is that insane is doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. Unfortunately, some people are in your life for a season, and some people are in your life for a lifetime, and some people are in your life for just a short moment. And I think that when we realize that and recognize that, that will help us to grow as well, because sometimes we try to hold on to stuff, and not just people. Sometimes we try to hold on to stuff that as long as you put it in that little spot, you not making room for something else more positive and greater to be put in that slot. If you think like that, then that will help you to clear out some of the clutter, clear out some of the gook in your life. You have to make room for positive people and positive things. So Troy, thank you for saying that. Stay away from toxic people. Divine Hermit King says, good thing this is recorded. That's like 30 minutes of priceless advice for free.
Yeah. I kind of live my life like Outlook.
Yes.
I have certain things that's in my inbox, certain things that I delete, certain things that's in spam. There's a tickler file.
Yeah.
There's certain things that you hold on to, and there's certain things you just need to let go and just
Yeah.
clean it up.
Absolutely.
Clean it up.
Absolutely. So listen, that has been our show. We hope that something that we have shared with you, that we have talked about, that we have mentioned has been an eye opener for you, and that you are motivated to go out and set your goals, to reach your goals by using the SMART model. Make sure you share this video, like and subscribe to beyondthechat.com or Beyond the Chat on YouTube so that you can come back and hear more great motivating conversations. We appreciate you for joining in, and we look forward to seeing you next Sunday at 6 p.m. We'll be right back here doing it all over again. Listen, I'm your girl, your best friend, your next door neighbor, the one and only Natasha Cash. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next Sunday at 6 o'clock. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. Yeah, here we go. We keep it plain, we keep it real, we really get down to it. You know the drill, from the bottom to the top. Stay tuned, make sure you stay locked. We go beyond the chat. We're not just talk, we go beyond the chat. We're not just talk, we go. Thanks for watching. Peace.